welcome back to my channel. Yo, so Demon Slayer is officially back out as of technically last week of this recording, and I wanted to come on here and do a little conversation about where my head is at now that 2 episodes are officially out and your girl did not go watch the movie. With that being said, I hope y'all are excited for another Anime Musings and Makeup conversation. Let's get a little comfy and chit chat about what's to come. If you do enjoy the content, consider liking and subscribing so you don't miss the next episode. I want to recreate this makeup look that I did for my concert that I went to with my mom, and I also got a new foundation, y'all. It is the Fenty Soft Lit foundation. Okay, so first and foremost, Demon Slayer fans, we have to savor every single episode that Demon Slayer gives us this season. I looked up the episode count for this season. Tell me why there's only 8 episodes. Excuse me, UFO table. Excuse me, Aniplex. What do you mean there's only 8 episodes?
I beg your pardon?
Yes, I have been looking forward to this show for so long. If y'all have too, let me know what you think. I really feel like this season is not going to disappoint for us. I will say though, I'm not going to come on here and be capping to y'all. I do think the first episode of the season was a little disappointing, which is why I did not make this video right after the first episode came out, because I was like, man, that was kind of like slow compared to how some of the previous seasons went. And I totally understand that if you're watching the whole show like at once, it kind of makes sense to do a slow episode, because the way the Swordsmith Village arc ended last season, it ended crazy. So they're like, yeah, we gotta pump the brakes, set up the story a little bit better, give you guys an idea of where everybody is at right now. Also, I should not have to say this, but this video is filled with spoilers. If you have not watched it, go watch it, save this video, and come back. All right, on to the episode, y'all. Starting with episode 1. Like I said, Tanjiro, he's eating about as much as Miss Kanroji, which is also hilarious because I love her so very much. I'm actually really excited that the show really did not waste any time by showing us Nezuko. I really thought that they were gonna put her back to bed and like being knocked out and everything like that, but I'm really excited that she's already up, she's active. And really from the beginning of that episode, they kind of just put it out there that Master Muzan, he gonna be coming for them next, okay? Master Muzan is literally gonna be coming for the next. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. How did I forget to skip the opening scene of this episode 1? It was 50 minutes, so forgive me. And I watched both of them back to back. The 2 Hashira that we saw in the very beginning of this episode, y'all, they started it off with a bang. Like, that was the one part of this episode that I thought was very exciting and also very, very interesting. So we see in the very beginning both the Wind Hashira and the Serpent Hashira, Iguro and Shinazugawa. Hopefully I didn't say that wrong, but I know y'all gonna correct me on the pronunciation. We see them at the very, very beginning, kind of chasing down a random demon. We don't exactly know why. The woman is being snatched, and apparently the demons have been snatching women. And I'm like, are the demons impregnating women? Or are they snatching women because they're actually trying to find Nezuko? Or are they snatching women to try to replicate the fact that Nezuko conquered the sun? But then I'm also like, well, how did Master Muzan find out that Nezuko conquered the sun? Does word travel that fast? If it was me, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If it was me and I saw Nezuko conquer the sun, everybody would be on like lockdown. Like, it would be immediately, everything would be shut down. You cannot leave my sight. Nobody can go anywhere, because if Master Muzan finds out about this, he about to go crazy, okay? What I thought was most interesting about this scene was the fact that as they're fighting the demon who actually chases, or who has the woman in captivity, and then he throws her, the demon jumps off of the roof of that house, and then we see the inside of Master Muzan's castle, and I forget what it's called, but I was like, whoa, like the fact that the demons are even letting the Demon Slayer Corps see the inside of this, where all the, at least they saw the part where all of the lower ranked demons were, that was interesting to me, and I didn't fully understand what the significance of that part might be. One of two things is happening there, in my opinion. Either A, the demons want the Demon Slayers to see how large their numbers are in order to try to like intimidate the Demon Slayers in some way. And it's like, if you are trying to fight this overwhelming amount of demons and your lower ranks literally cannot handle them, and then you also have to deal with the upper ranked demons that are left, which are obviously much stronger than the ones that we just fought in the last season, there's no chance. Like, there's literally no hope. So I was like, that's an interesting part. I don't know why Master Muzan would kind of allow his lackeys to show that part of the castle and then literally shut it down. Like, if you're going to let them see it, then let them see it. But they kind of gave them like a teaser, and I don't like a teaser, okay? Like, give me the full course or don't give me nada, for real. So that was extremely interesting for me, and I'm curious to see where that all is gonna go from that point. And it seems like Igudo was like, did you see that? Like, what was that? Like, what is this place? I'm interested in knowing in their report with the Hashira if they're going to talk about that. But it didn't seem like they reported on that to Lady Ubayashiki. But maybe they did and like the show just cut it out. But it seems like that would be a very important note to make, that there is another castle outside of this fake castle they're taking these humans to. Jumping back into the Butterfly Mansion, we see Genya, we see Inosuke's back, we see Zenitsu is back, which is great. So we've got all the gang rallying together, and we find out after we see the Hashira's meeting in the Demon Slayer HQ that there's gonna be like a series of Hashira training. I'm gonna jump ahead just a little bit. That I feel like this Hashira training is very interesting. I definitely felt like this is also a result of Muzan wanting to take Nezuko. But in my mind, I feel like really it's because, like I said, the wind and the serpent Hashira fought them demons. And I'm telling y'all, them demons was giving they people the business. Like, the way Buddy stood absolutely no chance. Like, I literally thought we were gonna get the first death of our season within like the first 10 minutes of the show. Like, I was like, Buddy is getting whooped. Like, what are they training people in the Demon Slayer Corps to do? Like, if it ain't Tanjiro and the Hashira, why are you even a Demon Slayer for real? Originally, I didn't understand why Giyu was so adamant about not being a part of the training session, but he never struck me as a character that was so reserved, and so I did not understand why he would not want to help the Demon Slayer Corps. Like, I was like, why is he saying he's not a part of this when he is very muchly a part of this? So what, is he just gonna let everybody just die and then he's just gonna be the last Demon Slayer standing? Like, what is happening? I'm really happy that in episode 2 we find out a lot more about Giyu, and just the fact that he really was dealing with a lot of stuff internally. Honestly, y'all, that is such a big lesson in life. Like, some people are dealing with internally things that we will never be able to understand and we will literally never be able to see. And so sometimes you either A, have to give people space, or B, really just make room for someone to be able to open up and to talk to you, because you never know like what somebody's dealing with, and sometimes you just have to make space for them. Maybe don't be as persistent as Tanjiro was, but make space, you know? Make space for them to be able to talk to you when they're ready, when they want to. and then you could be that friend to them. This foundation actually matched really, really well. I've never used a Fenty foundation before, but this one might be it. And honestly, I really sincerely hope that this works, this Hashira training, because if it doesn't, it's over. It's literally over, okay? Before I jump into Giyu's episode, I feel like the last most important thing to talk about is the mark that Lady Amane, I'm gonna just go with that, was talking about. Okay, y'all. The mark that Tanjiro has that shows up when he begins to it. The fact that the Miss Hashira and the Love Hashira both showed signs of the marks. And see, when it happened in the episodes last season, I was like, oh, they got a mark. How cool. Like, I never knew they could get marks because I always see the fire one come on Tanjiro, but didn't think anything of their marks. Now, the only part that's tripping me out, which I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is my prediction, I believe that what Lady Amane said was that the people who have a mark, they don't have any control. Oh my gosh, look how hard I made this. What is this?
What is this? What is this?
But I'm hoping that she's not saying that they're going to die. Like, I don't think I could take that news, for real. What she said, but obviously they covered it up. So what else could she have possibly said? If you get the mark, you'll become a demon. What happened to the first swordsman? Because my thought has always been that the first Kizuki, he looks just like a demon slayer. He has a sword. He has the hair color. Master Muzan could have got one of the first swordsmen to join his ranks because that swordsman was so power hungry and did not want to die as a demon slayer, and instead he decided to give his life to becoming a demon so he could get ultimate infinite power and ultimately be able to live his life forever. Like, we really don't know, but that's my thoughts. Now to Giyu's episode that I wanted to talk about with y'all, because I was like, Giyu! Oh my gosh! So cute. I'm kind of, first of all, excited that all of the Hashira seem like they're gonna get their own episodes. But at the same time, I kind of hate when anime does that, y'all, for real. Because anytime anime starts showing a big backstory for people, and like they do the flashbacks and whoop-de-whoop, I always feel like that character is about to get clipped. If all of the Hashira are gonna get their own episode, all of the Hashira are about to get clipped. But you know what I did think about though? You know how butterflies go into like metamorphosis in the cocoon? And you gotta stick with me right here, because I'm about to say something that maybe is gonna go over some people's heads, but hopefully it doesn't go over everybody's. For the insect Hashira specifically, Kocho, you know how insects, butterflies specifically, and she has the wings, she's like the butterfly Hashira, right? They can go through this metamorphosis and they become a caterpillar before they go, and then a cocoon before they go into a butterfly, right? What if the reason why she is not doing the training is because she's trying to master her ability to do the full metamorphosis? What if she is supposed to be the person that is supposed to bring about some sort of resurrection, some sort of new life, in case the demon slayers get overwhelmed by Master Muzan and company? Now, again, I know it's kind of far-fetched, it's really out there, and it's not a very structured idea, but that was literally all I could think about as to why she would have this like mellow moment at the end of episode 2. And obviously it's to study Nezuko, right? Like, that is the surface level explanation that they gave us. That would be some next level writing. It is a fantasy show. It's not too far-fetched, because I'm gonna tell you right now, in my opinion, the demon slayers are literally down like a lot. Like, the Demon Slayers, to me, don't stand a chance. Okay, so back to Giyu, right? His whole scene about him feeling inadequate was like way too relatable. The way imposter syndrome is making its appearance even in this show, I was like, oh my gosh, no, this writing is fantastic. And so Giyu talking about his imposter syndrome that he faces and how he feels like he's inadequate. First of all, I love the fact that he opened up to Tanjiro like that, because that shows just how comfortable he is with him. I don't think he would have just opened up to anyone personally. I really feel like it had to be like Tanjiro. It was so short though. Like, to me, I'm really worried that they might rush this season of Demon Slayer. The moment between Tanjiro and Giyu maybe could have been like a little more extended, but I could also be just the sole person feeling that way. So if y'all did think that way, let me know. I would love to talk about it in the comments. Yeah, Giyu and Sabito. I'm kind of really happy that they gave us the backstory for Sabito, because it never, I feel like that part of the story when the final selection and all that was happening, it kind of went over my head, admittedly. Like, it was really, really over my head at the time. If Sabito was meant to be like the water Hashira, think about, just like Tanjiro said, think about how hard Giyu had to go to make himself the Hashira. If you really think about this in the context of life, in all honesty, there's somebody along the way that sacrificed something for you to be where you are. The thought of that, like, and just reminding myself about that as I'm watching this episode, even makes me want to, like, think a little bit more deeply about the stuff I'm doing in my day-to-day life. Like, what have y'all thought about, maybe as you watch that episode? Maybe there's something right now in your life where you feel like maybe you're not deserving, but someone sacrificed so you can be where you are, you know? So, and then I also started thinking, what am I sacrificing right now so my kids will be set up in the future and able to, like, do the things they want to do? Like, it's just a thought process that I just absolutely love. More than anything else, I'm really looking forward to this season of Demon Slayer. I think it's going to be quite good, to say the least. I do think it's interesting that they invited the Demon Lady to come to the Demon Slayer HQ to help solve the Nezuko mystery. Master Muzan is about to give his last everything. Oh, but you know what? Master Muzan might already be connected to Nezuko. So maybe he doesn't actually need to actually see the news. He can actually feel the demons. I don't know how that works. I'm just making that up. I also am just going to add, before I wrap this up, I think that Master Muzan and Uboyashiki are somehow connected. I don't exactly know what the connection is, obviously. That's going to be the biggest bombshell this season, I think. Like, last season, it was Nezuko conquering the sun. This season, the bombshell is going to be Ubuyashiki and Muzan's connection. That's just my thoughts, though. So let me know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Anime Musings and Makeup. I'll definitely be back with some more. I'm kind of inspired to make a video about just, in general, what to watch this season now that Demon Slayer is out and we're about halfway through spring, just to see what everybody's watching and talking about. I did just do another rewatch of the Apothecary Diaries, y'all. I'm going to watch it again because I just need that show injected into my veins like once a month. But yeah, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you did, and I'll see you in the next episode. So until then, bye. Y'all, I cannot say that word. Ubuyashiki. Oh my goodness, I cannot say that word.